And we're back at the 2024 Professional Development Weekend with Sergeant Chris Kavanagh. Chris, how are you?
I'm doing great.
All right, so
Pleasure to be out here.
Yeah, fantastic. So what are your feelings about this year's Professional Development Weekend for Total Control instructors?
You know, it's a great opportunity for us to come out and see what's happening. Really enjoying the format this year where it's an all-day training where the instructors get to not only have mobile classrooms as well as practice some of the skills that they learn in the mobile classrooms out on the roadway. So I'm really excited to see what's happening. Having come from Northern California and watched the PDW up there, the excitement of all the instructors was amazing, and it's so good to see that same excitement come down here in Southern California.
Absolutely. And every year they seem to step it up. It gets better and better and bigger and badder.
Yeah. And
this year we've got dirt bike training with Motor Ventures. We've got forensic science crash analysis that Lee Parks is teaching and showing us. Slow speed riding with Quinn Radica, who is just a world champion.
It's amazing, and it's always great because...
And you're here.
It's not just me, but it's great to see all the instructors get together as a whole and see one another from throughout the state and build that camaraderie and build that friendship and build the bond that you need for instructors to make sure this program runs efficiently and successfully.
Awesome. Well, thank you. It's great seeing you, and hopefully catch up with you later on today.
Awesome.
Bye.
Good morning, everyone. Good morning. All right, excellent. Welcome to our 2024 PDW. All right, so everybody's got a name tag, and it's got your group number on it. Please stay with your groups all day. On the back, you're going to see there's a schedule. That shows you where we're going to be when. There are 4 classroom sessions today, and there are 4 riding sessions today. So I got 2 parts to the presentation we're going to do. The first one is specifically related to all the different types of 3-wheelers that we have out there. This is going to unfortunately come as a shock to many of you. In the last 3 years, there have been 9 fatalities in 3-wheeled beginner courses in court. Fortunately, it's not wood, but none in Total Control, but 8 were with MSF, 1 was with the Evergreen Safety Council, 8 were with Can-Am Rikers, 1 was with the Harley Tri-Glide. 9 fatalities in the last 3 years in classes. So this first one was a truck and a 3-wheel motorcycle collide at a T intersection. And if you look in the picture here, this image comes from what's called a TCR, or Traffic Collision Report. These are what the police fill out. And you can see we've got 2 lanes of traffic, northbound and southbound. And we've got a stop sign over here. We've got 1 vehicle going to the left, 1 vehicle coming this way, which collides with this one over here. And they both said there was no traffic in either direction when this happened. Dude. 10 seconds. Now, do you think that a motorcyclist could stop with 10 seconds from 50 miles an hour? Yeah. Well, of course, we're not going to take your word for that, Mr. Parks. No, of course not. You're not going to take my word for it. So we made another little video for you here to show you where we actually put some data logging equipment on the bike. And now you see the same video as you did before. This is just a Google map, and you'll see the little black X moving. And you can see the bike speed. And I've set the cruise control at 50, just like the guy did. And same thing, we want to see at what point could he first see the intersection to potentially decide that that was a hazard. So right here. And we said it took 10 seconds, so I'm not going to start braking at 10 or at 9 or at 8. I'm going to wait till I waste 6 whole seconds, and then I'm going to go ahead and roll off the throttle and hit the brakes. Here it go up.
Both tried to make the yellow at the same time.
Both tried to make the yellow at the same time. That is exactly right. So let's take a look, and our goal is to see how much time he would have had he been going the speed limit from the prior intersection. And the car that he runs into, we've just left there because we couldn't tell exactly how fast he was going, so we just put him at the area of impact. So the guy on the left is computer generated, but he's going exactly the speed that you saw him in the night video there in the lower left. That's me, is real on the right, just doing my thing, doing 35, going down the road. And then, of course, the light's going to turn yellow. And you see it turns yellow both in his video and ours at the same time. And then, within a half a second, he gets on the throttle, and he goes from 47 to about 58. Slow down a couple miles an hour right before he hit it. And collides with the car. Again, the car he collided with here was also computer generated. So now we're going to start the clock, and let's see how much more time he would have had he been going the speed limit. 6.83 seconds. Now, according to the city of Long Beach's timing lights, there were 700 milliseconds left from when he crashed to when it was going to turn red. So that's 0.7 seconds. So if you take 0.7 from the 6.83, what do you get? 6.1, that's right. So would that car have cleared the intersection with an additional 6.1 seconds? Of course. Would he have tried to get through the red light with another? No, not even close. So obviously, if he had been going the speed limit, this would have been completely avoided from both sides. Was the car totally not at fault? No, the car was at fault too. He turned a little bit early. He was on a yellow light. He didn't necessarily have right of way either. So this is, as many of these things are not usually all one person's fault or the other. And but that's how we get to kind of show these cases to let a jury of just average people understand without all the technical stuff. And next generation of all of our curricula, we're going to include some of this forensic stuff in that. Only you'll not have to narrate it. It'll be done, so it's much faster and easier. But hopefully you guys learned a thing or two about how we figure out. And again, how important is A3 in both of these situations? That was the difference, right? All right, thank you guys very much. Go on to your next session.
Action.
We're talking about a few things going on here. Some things you guys might already know, but we want to make the connections between dirt and street, how things transfer over, how things don't transfer over, what the difference is, things like that. So I told the last class, one thing that's kind of weird that we do is when we do our turns, one of the first exercises we're going to do is just simple sit-down turns. We're going to look on, focus on body positioning. But it's kind of weird is we lean our bikes into the turns, right? Vice versa for the road, you lean your body into the turn, right? What's the difference between dirt and street?
Traction and no
Traction. So when you ride off-road, you're going to become a master at finding traction in a low traction environment. Perfect, good job. Woo! So try to stay loose, keep that bike straight up. Woo! Whoa, pretty darn good, I love it. This is your energy conserving body position. So you're pretty much straight up and down, head over the handlebars, all the weight's on your legs, very little weight on your arms, all the weight's on your legs. Disconnect from the bike a little bit. You're not squeezing with your knees, okay? Like this, like this. Like this. Whoa, like that. Right? Like that. Look at that. Look at that. Look at that. Look at that. Like that. Like that. Control, throttle control, and practice. Shut up and practice.
Hi, we're going to talk about a whole bunch of different things. It's a crazy time in motorcycle safety right now. There are good things happening, there are bad things happening, but there's a lot of change going on and a lot of things that you might be interested in. First of all, Total Control would have PDW because we love to develop ourselves, we love to develop our instructors, we love to develop our trainers, and it's really, really good for your credibility to know as much about different kinds of motorcycling as you can learn. Well, contractually, we have to do PDWs. Our contract with CHP says that we must provide PDWs and that you must take PDWs. Then there's the rules of professional conduct. I sit here looking at you, you're not regular people. We are not regular people. People who ride motorcycles are not regular people. They're people that have the desire to do something exceptional, kind of, something different. And so it's a big deal, and not everybody should be attempting to do it. And it's hard for us to sometimes pick those people out before it all goes bad.
guys are all instructors. I'm an instructor. I want you to leave here knowing that the reason this course was set up was to inspire you to practice and sort of plant the seed for this opportunity for slow speed riding, because the techniques and the skills are a little bit different here, okay? They're a little unlike things you've done before. So you shouldn't be magically good at it, because it's not like any other kind of riding that we do.
We're going to go through and do some click, read, talk practice. Specifically, we're going to look at Unit 6 and 7 because Unit 6 is about cornering, Unit 7 is about evasive maneuvers. If we break down the fatalities involved out there in the world, about 40% of our fatalities are related to braking errors, another 40% are related to cornering errors. So the goal is to get us better at those two areas because that takes care of about 80% of fatalities. The point is for you guys to have a better understanding of what we're talking about in the classroom so you can more effectively deliver that information on the range.
It's good enough.
Or help them to become better than average. That's a better goal.
You're average, but I'm going to make you better.
All right, good. Then specifically, let me know individually what you're going to do differently in your very next class based on what we just taught. I hope you guys had some fun, learned a little bit of stuff. I think you're going to the track next, so have fun.
Flags from this morning. We have green flag, means track is clear. Yellow flag is caution, means slow it down, no passing. You can stay on track, but keep your eyes open. Something's going on. Red flag means there's something going on, but we gotta get on the track. So you guys need to come back down, end up at hot pit, let us do what we need to do, and we'll get you back out there.
So I'm here with Tom.
Good afternoon, Mr. Brinkley.
Good afternoon, sir. So how's the PDW been treating you so far?
It's been a wonderful day. The weather's good, great people to hang out with. Doesn't get any better.
And your job at this weekend?
I'm assisting at the track all day.
Assisting track all day, coaching the track.
Yes.
The track monkeys.
Yes, I am.
Fantastic.
Session that we're going to cover is called Range Safety and Mindfulness. this. This is giving a little bit more thought to the fact that, you know, you have control over how safe you're going to be out there on the range, and giving you some tools so that you can be ready. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to look at a case study. This case study is a situation where we're looking at an incident with a rider coach versus a student.
All right, class, I wanted to ask you, what was your big takeaway from Colleen's section? Awareness, mindfulness, yes. Anything else?
Signals. The signals.
Hold your signals. Very good. Anything else? Position. With how important positioning is. Mark?
Where the cards say that.
Be where the cards. Well, I'm glad that you said that, because this section is really the practical aspect of that E3 on the range, and it's our way of helping instructors integrate those positions with what the range principles in the back. Your directions are: 2 instructors will conduct simulated exercises on a downsized range, while the remaining instructors act as students walking the exercise path of travel. Instructors will take turns leading exercises to manage the range. Evaluation and coaching is not what we're doing today. Only safe range management. As we model this exercise, please watch for large, clear, early hand signals, and that we hold those hand signals until all riders have passed or the last rider has stopped moving. And I hope our intention was clear to overlap and integrate the little circles on the range cards with the range principles and what we know about time and space distance, and that your safety is the #1 priority for you, for your loved ones, for students, or you can just put a period on that. Thank you all very much.
Did we have fun today? Yeah! All right. Did we learn a few things? Yes! All right, awesome. With that, before we finish up, CHP has some very special awards to give. You want to put on the headset here?
Oh, I so want to put on that headset.
Okay, excellent.
It is his time.
And we just thank you guys for everything you do. I mean, every single one of you are changing lives every day by giving your own time to, 1, train and become instructors, and 2, give up your time with your family and your friends to ensure that the riders, people who are alongside you on the roadway, are trained and safe. So again, thank you so much for everything you do. We couldn't have a successful program without what you do, without Lee and the PDW. I mean, this PDW is amazing. I mean, I thank Lee for what you guys do for this, and keep up the good work. We'll see you again next year. Thank you.
All right, and as a final wrap up here, it gets harder and harder each year to kind of one up what we did last year, but we tried to pull out all the stops. If we can, let's get a round of applause for Andre from Moto Ventures. The Uber Motor Cop, Quinn Redeker. Our hardworking as ever track staff. We're nothing without you guys. So thank you guys very much. Have a fantastic 2025, and we can't wait to do it again next year.